He pulled my hair tightly to hide his face, then bit down hard on his own lip to stifle any sound. Welcome back to Hidden Love Stories. Have you ever imagined that a simple family lake trip could throw you into an unforeseeable situation, one that could change everything? If this story intrigues you, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more emotional stories. My name is Chloe. I'm 34 and I live in Austin, Texas, a vibrant city where the sun feels endless. I've been married to Mark, a 40-year-old man, for 7 years. Mark has a son from his first marriage named Leo. I, in turn, have a 12-year-old daughter, Maya, from a previous relationship. Our family is very close, but there has always been an invisible barrier between Leo and me. He's a quiet young man, always respectful and considerate, though not very talkative. I often call him son to emphasize our closeness, even though I know our stepmother-stepson dynamic always creates some distance. The incident happened on a beautiful sunny Saturday, a perfect day for the lake. I, Mark, Leo, Maya, and my childhood friend, David, decided to head to Lake Travis. We packed snacks, drinks, and folding chairs for a day full of fun. The water was a sparkling blue, and Maya's laughter echoed as she played in the shallows. I was wearing a small yet modest blue bikini to feel comfortable on our family outing. The top fit perfectly, while the bottoms were quite small, covering only what was necessary and revealing my natural curves. I was used to wearing this kind of swimwear at the beach and never thought it could cause any inconvenience. As the wonderful day came to an end, we packed our things to start the journey home. After rinsing off at the public showers to avoid getting the car dirty, we started loading up. Mark's compact SUV was just big enough for 5 people, and with the folding chairs, bags, and leftover food, the available space had shrunk considerably. On the way there, Maya had sat on my lap in the back seat to save space, while David sat in the front next to Mark. But on the way back, she complained that sitting on my lap was uncomfortable and stuffy. Maya wanted the front seat, so David had to move to the back on the right side. This meant I had to sit on someone else's lap, and that person was Leo. When Mark suggested the idea, I felt a knot of apprehension. "Chloe, can you sit on Leo's lap?" Mark asked casually. "He's taller, so it will be more comfortable." Leo just sat there quietly, saying nothing, but I noticed a subtle, blushing smile on his face. I answered decisively, trying to stay calm despite the anxiety building inside me. Leo was only 19, an age where controlling physical reactions and emotions is a challenge. I reassured myself that everything would be fine, that the trip was short, and there was nothing to worry about. Still, I couldn't shake the unease at the thought of sitting on his lap. Leo had carefully dried his discreet black swim trunks with a towel. We placed the towel on the seat to keep the car from getting damp. I sat on his lap, trying to avoid too much contact and maintain some distance. For the first 5 minutes, everything went smoothly. Mark drove while David and Maya chattered excitedly about the shells Maya had collected. The radio played cheerful tunes, filling any silences. I tried to focus on the scenery outside, the lush palm trees lining the lakeside road, and the brilliant red sunset in the distance. However, as the car went over a few bumpy patches, I began to feel a pressure from the seat, as if something was moving beneath me. At first, I thought the discomfort was just my posture, but then I realized the truth. My heart suddenly began to pound, and a wave of anxiety washed over me. Even though I understood the situation perfectly, I couldn't look down or turn to look at Leo. He was having a typical reaction for a young man, and there I was, in my tiny bikini, sitting directly on his lap. I tried to remain calm, telling myself it was just a normal physiological response and nothing to worry about. Leo remained silent, but his body radiated the tension that had enveloped him. Do you think Mark suspected anything? Could Maya have noticed something was wrong? Let us know what you think in the comments below. I felt the change in Leo more intensely as I tried to hold my position with minimal movement. Over time, I began to relax my body as I couldn't maintain that rigid posture for long. It wasn't by choice, but by necessity. I began to feel something stirring inside me, something I didn't want to acknowledge. A persistent curiosity, a disquiet I couldn't escape. I told myself it was wrong to have these thoughts. I am Mark's wife and Leo's stepmother. Every time the car hit a bump, my body unintentionally brushed against his, and the intensity of that sensation grew. I placed a bag on my lap to hide myself, pretending I was organizing our things when I was really trying to hide the truth. I tried to lift myself using the strength of my knees to relieve the pressure, but this only increased the friction. When the car turned sharply, I lost my balance and clung tighter to my seat. My flimsy bikini shifted to one side, and I felt direct skin-to-skin contact. A sudden surge of emotion washed over me. I was panicked, but at the same time, I felt a forbidden and powerful emotion. I couldn't suppress my feelings, even though I knew I was in the wrong. The climax was reached when we stopped at a red light. The radio played on as everyone in the car chatted. I pretended to relax, leaning back and allowing my body to press closer to Leo's. A continuous, brilliant heat exploded through my body. Leo reacted instantly, pulling my hair to hide his face as he bit down hard on his lip to keep from making a sound. I quickly adjusted my bikini, trying to hide any evidence. But at that exact moment, I heard Maya's voice from the front seat. "Mom, what's wrong? You look a little red." My heart skipped a beat. Mark turned to look at me with suspicion. "Chloe, are you okay?" he asked, his voice tinged with concern. I tried to smile, but my voice was shaky. "Don't worry, honey. Everything's fine. It's just a little humid." However, I knew Mark didn't completely believe me. He stared at me and Leo for a long moment, which filled me with a profound sense of dread. Did he suspect something? I saw Leo stand up, his head bowed to hide his embarrassment. We didn't exchange words, but our eyes met for a fleeting second, an uncomfortable glance. No words were necessary. When we got home, I rushed to the bathroom to wash away any trace of the incident. Leo retreated to his room in complete silence, without uttering a single word, even though Mark and Maya didn't seem to notice anything. Mark's gaze as he looked at us continued to haunt me. In the days that followed, Leo and I avoided eye contact, but whenever we happened to cross paths, I would catch his gaze on me. I was torn between awe and timidity, wondering if this scenario would ever happen again. Could this secret be kept forever? Could Mark eventually find out the truth? And if the truth were to be revealed, what would be the consequences for our family? The lesson I learned from this story was incredibly important. Sometimes, impulsive actions can lead us to lose the most valuable things in our lives when we make the wrong decision. I let forbidden emotions override my judgment, and now I fear that this secret could threaten the stability of the family I've built over 7 years. I hope my story serves as a warning. It is crucial to establish boundaries at all times, regardless of your emotions. Have you ever been in a situation where your emotions caused you to act against your moral principles? If you were in my position, how would you handle this secret? Would you keep silent or reveal the truth to Mark? I am eager to hear your reflections in the comments section. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to Hidden Love Stories for more.